What if the reason most people never become wealthy has nothing to do with income? Not their salary, not the stock market, not even inflation. What if the real reason is that almost everything we've been taught about money is backwards? 3 years ago, I started a deep research project. I analyzed the habits, portfolios, and financial thinking of over 1,000 self-made millionaires. These weren't lottery winners. They were teachers, engineers, small business owners, immigrants, entrepreneurs, people who started with nothing. And what I discovered shocked me, because their strategies looked nothing like the advice most people follow. Today I'm going to share 12 investing secrets I found among these millionaires. But stay with me, because secret number 12 completely changed how I think about money. And it might change how you invest for the rest of your life. Secret number 1. They never invest to get rich. This was the first thing that shocked me. Not a single millionaire I studied said, "I invested because I wanted to get rich." Instead, they said things like, "I invest to solve problems. I invest to create freedom. I invest to build systems." Getting rich was the side effect, not the goal. And that changes everything. Because when your only goal is to get rich fast, you make emotional decisions. You chase trends. You panic sell. You buy hype. But when you invest with purpose, when your money has a job, your decisions become calm and rational. Instead of asking, "How much money can I make?" millionaires ask, "What system am I building?" Ask yourself something right now. What problem is your money solving? If you can't answer that question, you might not be investing. You might be gambling. Secret number 2. They treat risk completely differently. Most people think millionaires love risk, but the truth? They hate unnecessary risk. They are not reckless. They are obsessive risk managers. Before they invest $1, they ask, "What's the worst-case scenario? And more importantly, can I survive it?" One pattern kept appearing in my research. Millionaires constantly look for asymmetric bets. That means situations where downside is limited, upside is enormous. For example, lose $1,000, but potentially make $50,000. They are not brave, they are calculated. Most people lose money not because they take too much risk, but because they don't understand the risk they're taking. Secret number 3. They obsess over cash flow, not net worth. This one completely flipped my perspective. Most people obsess over net worth. But millionaires? They obsess over cash flow. Because net worth is a snapshot. Cash flow is a system, and systems create freedom. Every millionaire I studied built multiple income streams: dividends, rental income, business profits, royalties, interest. They weren't collecting assets, they were building money machines. Here's the brutal truth. A $5 million net worth means nothing if it generates zero income. But a system producing $20,000 per month in cash flow, that's financial freedom. Secret number 4. They invest in what they understand. Legendary investor Warren Buffett calls this the circle of competence. And almost every millionaire I studied followed this rule. Never invest significant money in something you cannot explain to a 10-year-old. Not because complex things are bad, but because confusion creates mistakes. When you truly understand an investment, you know when to buy, you know when to hold, you know when to sell. But when you don't understand it, you follow headlines, you follow hype, you follow the crowd, and crowds rarely build wealth. Secret number 5. Time is their greatest asset. Every millionaire I studied had one obsession: time. Not just time in their day, but time in the market. Because compounding is not linear, it's exponential. Let me show you something shocking. Someone investing $500 per month starting at age 25 can end up with more wealth than someone investing $2,000 per month starting at age 40. Why? Because time multiplies money. Millionaires protect time like a treasure. They avoid bad investments the same way they avoid bad meetings. Because every year your money sits in the wrong place is a year of compounding you will never get back. Secret number 6. They build their network. before they need it. This secret surprised me the most. The best investments rarely appear on Google. They appear through people. Off-market real estate deals, private investment rounds, business partnerships, early startup opportunities. All of these come from relationships. Millionaires spend years building networks, not for favors, but for connection. Because the real secret isn't who you know, it's who knows you well enough to call you first. Relationships compound, just like money. Secret number 7, they master their psychology. Here's the truth nobody wants to hear. The biggest threat to your wealth is you. Fear, greed, ego, panic. The millionaires I studied didn't just learn investing, they studied their own emotions. They built systems to protect themselves from impulsive decisions, automated investing, written strategies, accountability partners. They knew something most investors ignore. The market is unpredictable, but your behavior doesn't have to be. But here's where things get even more interesting. Because when I dug deeper into my research, I discovered 5 more secrets almost nobody talks about. And these secrets explain why some investors become incredibly wealthy, while others stay stuck for decades. Secret number 8, millionaires. Buy when things feel uncomfortable. Most people buy when markets feel safe. Millionaires buy when markets feel scary. During crashes, during recessions, during uncertainty, because they understand a powerful truth. Fear creates discounts. Some of the greatest fortunes in history were built during market panic. When everyone else was selling, millionaires were quietly buying. Secret number 9. They focus on ownership, not trading. Most people treat investing like a casino. Buy, sell, buy again. But millionaires think like owners. When they buy a stock, they think, I just bought part of a company. Would you sell a business you own every 2 weeks? Of course not. Yet that's how most people treat stocks. Millionaires buy great assets and hold them for years, sometimes decades. Secret number 10. They increase income before they increase investments. This is one of the biggest myths in personal finance. People think investing is the key to wealth, but millionaires understand something deeper. Income fuels investing. The fastest path to wealth is not saving pennies, it's earning more dollars. They invest heavily in skills, businesses, education opportunities, because increasing income multiplies investing power. Secret number 11. They design their environment for success. Here's something fascinating. Millionaires engineer their environment. They surround themselves with people who think about growth. They read constantly. They listen to financial podcasts. They study markets. Why? Because environment shapes decisions, and decisions shape wealth. Secret number 12. They play the long game. This was the most powerful discovery of all. Millionaires are not obsessed with quick wins. They think in decades. They ask questions like, what will this investment look like in 20 years? They are patient, strategic, consistent, and patience is the rarest advantage in investing. What truly separates millionaires? After studying over 1,000 millionaires, the difference wasn't intelligence, it wasn't luck, it wasn't even access, it was mindset. They think differently about money, risk, time, opportunity. And once you start thinking like that, your financial life begins to change. Because wealth is not just something you build, it's something you become capable of holding. Now, I want to ask you something. Out of the 12 secrets we talked about today, which one hit you the hardest? Drop the number in the comments below. I read every comment, and your answer helps me create better videos for you. And if you want to learn the 10 investments most millionaires buy before the age of 40, watch the video appearing on your screen right now. Trust me, that video might completely change how you build wealth.